Hi guys. I told most everybody in my live stream the other day that I realized that there were things that I did not have from our trip shopping. So this is part 3 of the things I got while I was on my trip haul, and then some shopping that I did here to kind of go with the things on my trip. So, you know, uh, it's a haul. But I think I told y'all that while I was in Texas, I got to go to meet Jamie from APG Jamie. That's her channel name. And her husband, and she took us to this fabulous art store downtown Houston. It was someplace I would have probably never tried to go myself because it was downtown, and that's always a thing where you're not sure if you have a place to park or any of those things. Anyways, while we were there, let's get this just sort of out of the way. Jamie said these pencil sharpeners are amazing. Let me see if I can bring you in a little closer because this is really cool. And I hate my pencil sharpener. She said they're really, really good. But the big thing is that if you look, it has extra blades. Isn't that fantastic? So when it actually gets dull, it has extra blades. And there's little screws that you can, and there's, I think, if you look at it, there are 2 extra blades in there. So for the, I think, $1 or something I paid for that, that ought to be really good. And so it is going to live right up there. So let's go back out now. And I also got this really cool rubber stamp. Now, they had a bunch of this darkroom door stamps, and I wanted them all. I really did. They're fabulous. I've used this one to make a postcard with. I really like it. It's just a lot of fun. It's an entire row of pencils, and I think it will be a lot of fun on pages. Like I said, this darkroom door, I think they come from Australia or New Zealand, made in Australia. And so I haven't seen them in any other store anywhere. So, but they had some really, really cool stuff. Also, I showed you a bunch of Hobby Lobby stuff. This happened to be a Hobby Lobby stamp set that it says postcard right here, and it says this side for address right there, and I used those quite a bit while I was on my trip. These were on clearance, and the deal was I forgot my postcard stamp, so it was really nice when I found these on clearance. We were in a store, I think in Alpine, Texas, and Jeffrey was getting one of those sun shirts, and these were the bags, and I asked her if I could have an extra one. So I ended up with an extra one, and I just love them. This is going to be something that needs to be torn out and fussy cut and things like that, so that we have lots of pieces to play with. I just thought the images on it was really cool. Oh, I forgot, while we were in the art store in Houston, they had art glitter glue at a really good price because it was on the shelf. I've never been in a store that had it on the shelf, I don't think. And so I knew I was going to need one, and I hadn't ordered it before we left due to the fact that it was still really cold out. And this has gotten more expensive on the internet, so it was nice to find it at a really good price. I got this book. It's called Altered 104. And I got it because of this book right there. It's a round book, and it's in some kind of a tin. Now, I mean, the book is very interesting. It's got all kinds of tins and things that they put things in. But this round book intrigued me. And it's in some kind of a tin. But I'm thinking that a tuna fish can could be used, you know, the shallow tuna fish can, and then a lid, taking the lid off in a different manner. So I really picked this up. It's all called Altered 104 Everything. And it has some interesting articles in it about altering books, altering tins, all kinds of things like this. I have another one. I think it's called Altered 101. And this is an altered composition book. I mean, it's not things we haven't done before, but at the same time, it has a new perspective on some things. So I love this. This is just gorgeous. This, I'd call it book jewelry is what I'd call it. But, and this, it has a really good article about this type of binding. So it was just a little book that I thought would be very interesting. And I think y'all have seen, I don't know if I can back up any further. Let's turn it sideways so you can see the whole thing, but then I'll put it in and out. I got another one of these kits that's called, I don't know, beginner calligraphy or something like that. I got this one because of all of the different colors in the pen cartridges. Can you see? I don't know if you can see this, but there's 3 black ones, but other than that, they're mostly different colors. And I'm real calligraphy or lettering, that kind of thing is one of those things I really would like to play more with. And that's why I've picked up several books about that lately. So this is a kit where you get a book, you get the pens, you get paper to learn on, that kind of thing. So it's called Art Maker Modern Calligraphy. So I really want to play with that some more. I got this. It's called Crayola's Paper Maker. And it has supposedly all the things you need to make paper. Now, anytime I have ever made paper, and I've made handmade paper many times. As a matter of fact, we were talking about while I was in Wetumpka. Did it one time with the Cub Scouts that my son belonged to when he was little. And we all made paper, but it's an outside process as far as I'm concerned because it makes a mess. You have water, a lot of water, and I have never done it in the house because I would never make that mess in my house. So the fact that this might be doable in the house, it was a reasonable price, so I picked it up. Now, this has paper pulp in it. If it works, I'll be making my own paper pulp with, junk mail. Because you know me, and I love to use my junk mail. But I wanted to try it out because I'm not sure exactly how it functions. So it's one of those things that I wanted to play with. And I treated myself too. Okay. This was a thrift store somewhere, and I'd forgotten where I was when we got this. Might have been Tupelo, I'm not sure. But I got a few stamps, and you know, guys, I don't need rubber stamps at all, but these just kind of spoke to me. There was some little ones. There is, let me see here. There's a little tiny leaf, and there's a little stocking and a tiny snowman. There was, and I don't do much Christmas stuff anymore, but I was thinking about Jeff and Santa, so I picked up a few things that I thought I might use, and I liked the reindeer, and I just loved the Santa. And then I thought these fish have never been mounted, which is fine by me because I like to use my stamps unmounted. So for some reason, these fish spoke to me, and I have no earthly idea why, because I don't think I'll use fish. But, oh, there's another little tiny one, a little star. And these are going to be really hard to see, and probably most of these are not something I really like, but there was a dragonfly that I really liked, and a leaf that I really liked. So, I'm not even sure what that is. A bag or a balloon or something. And maybe I'll use these things differently. I don't know. I have to stamp them out and see. This is a holly leaf, and I kind of like that too. That's another snowman. But they're tiny, and that's what made me want to get them, was the fact that they're tiny. And then this one was cute. And again, I was thinking about, actually with this one, I was thinking about December dailies. I thought it was cute. And these are eyelets. And they are a bunch of different colors. This one is mixed colors. This one's black and white and silver, I think. These are just a bunch of different colors. They're all the smaller eyelet, but I actually have some that are even tinier. These are gold and silver, and for 15 cents a box. They had a huge bag of them, but the bag was too expensive for what it was, so I didn't get those. I don't need them, so I only get them if they're reasonable. And these are letters. They're now I won't be able to use them on the jelly plate, but they're alpha letters, and if you can see what the font looks like. And I think they'll be fun just to stamp randomly with paint or with the stamps. So I got all of that. And I have one more thing from our trip. Let me get this all picked up, okay? And I don't know if I'll be able to show you these. Really, I'll have to slide them back and forth. And I definitely don't want to bend them. I think I mentioned that we got some posters while we were on our trip. We were in an art store, and we had seen these posters before. In a sort of a tourist town, and they're reproductions of some museum prints is what they are. Reproductions of these museum prints from the Smithsonian, I believe. And the thing of it is that Jeffrey had not started collecting the cactus yet when our friend gave him cactus. So And then he all of a sudden decided to have a Jeep full of cactus. But I said that this just really needed to come home with us and go somewhere on the wall. So I've got to get some frames for these. At least for this one. And I don't know if the camera's picking up what this really looks like, because it has that aged paper look. It's not white. Even this one is a creamy color, and I'm going to show you that one next. Let me take this out. I got to keep from, I cannot bend them. You know how that goes. Can't bend them. So, this one I got for me. And I think Jeffrey thought I was buying it to cut up, but I really would like to hang it on the wall. I just think it's beautiful. We actually picked up a cactus one and a butterfly one for friends of ours that live here. Isn't that beautiful? So, and I have plenty of wall space if I can ever get anything to hang on them. Isn't that gorgeous? So, I think that's the last thing from our trip. I think I have managed to put it all away, pick it up, find it, all those things that I needed to do to be able to show it all to you. But then the other day I went looking for these, is what I went looking for. I got some canvas boards. I thought the Dollar Tree had canvas boards, and that they had like 3 in a package or something like that. But then I couldn't find any. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I just went to Michael's and got these. These are 6x8 canvas panels. There's the reason I bought 2 packages is that while I was on my trip, I think I showed you in either haul number 1 or haul number 2, I picked these up at Dollar Tree. They were $3. They're not the $1.25 stuff. So I picked these up at that Dollar Tree, and I want to play with some of this, hopefully on camera and maybe live, I don't know. And so I needed some canvas boards. But while I was getting these canvas boards, I realized I have something else that might work as well. So I'm going to see what I can do about getting that together too, so that when we play with it, that I have it. I also picked up this. It's silicone oil. This is what makes the cells, this or Floetrol in the paint. Now, this is pre-mixed paint. It's pre-mixed pouring paint. I just don't know how well the cells will develop in it. So I picked this up just to see what would happen along with this, if it created more cells, that kind of thing. Actually put that away. Oh, these were in the clearance aisle, and these Marabou Art Markers, they're a water-soluble crayon, and 90% of them had been opened and played with, so I didn't get a bunch of them. I love these crayons. I've used them many times. This one's silver, and the other one's a khaki green. I don't think I have a silver, and this greens always go fast because I use them like for leaves and things. This is a water-soluble art crayon, and I really like these Marabou art crayons, so since they were $1, I picked them up. Okay, and of course, I went in Dollar Tree trying to find the glass panels. So of course I had to pick up a few other things. I actually got a couple of these things when I was out shopping with Helen, which means there's going to be another haul, just so y'all know. You guys know I have one of these that I use all the time with my jelly plate. Well, they had these still at the store. These are little tiny fans for $1.25, and they do not have batteries in them. They take AA's. Yeah, 2 AA batteries. They work really well when you're trying to dry your jelly plate. Lisa's broke. So, because Lisa told me she managed to break hers, I decided I would pick up an extra one just so I was prepared. What I wanted to tell you about this is they are, let's get that out there. They are with that pile of stuff that the preteens like. What do I want to say? You know, where the mermaid stuff is and the unicorn stuff is. And there's all kinds of little notebooks and things like that. That's where I found them both times. So that's where you want to look for them, wherever your store keeps that. Now, the first time I was in a store that has that stuff actually on an aisle. And this time they were in a couple of like little tiny shelving units that are up by the cash register. So keep an eye out, but that's where this usually ends up. I also got Mom a new thing for her door because, you know, she needs new things for her door every so often. I got her a dragonfly one of these, which she really likes, but I thought this way she can switch them out. So I got that. These are the same colors. I'm sorry, I was off camera. These are the same colors as were out a year ago, but these are different prints. They're not the same exact packages that they had a year ago, and I found these where the fake flowers usually are. Okay, they're in the floral garden section. They had a pink one. I did not pick up the pink one because I just really have enough pink. So, and pink is not my thing either. So I've just picked up these two because they were different from what I already had. And I love those things. Those are. Now, the other day, Lisa used some of these, and I think it was these. We looked, I thought Lisa had taken them off a spike thing, but we didn't find any like that. So these might have been it. I wasn't paying attention when she got them out. Again, these were with the fake flowers, and these are the plastic ferns, like Lisa used on her jelly plate. Okay, and I love ferns, and I wanted to see, you know, what would happen with them. I also want to try coffee dyeing with them because I have used plants on paper when I coffee dyed in the past. The one thing I can see is they're not flat, but I've been given an idea on how to fix that problem by Picola, and I'm going to try it out and let you know. So I've got 2 packages because, you know, it's always better to have 2, and especially since Dollar Tree doesn't always have the same stuff. And I got one more thing to show you, and I think I've shown y'all my my planner notebook that I use, and it's kind of like what do I want to say? It's a traveler's notebook style where you use the elastics to put it in. And, oh, just give me a second. I'll go, I'm going to stop the video and I'll be right back in a minute. Yeah, it might be a little tall, but what I'm thinking is that I have an extra rubber band in here somewhere. There we go. I think it may need its own rubber band. Let's take this one out and put this in. Where shall we put it? The idea is that I keep losing stuff out of this pocket back here. When I put little stuffs in it, I have a bad habit of picking that up like that. And I was hoping maybe, and I'll have to rearrange my books in here because I think it will work, but I think I want it clear to the back so that it will stay in there and keep little pieces of paper when I stick them in there. Keep them in there. It's got little, it's got pockets in it. Not sure why it has a second line to cut, but it's got pockets, and then it's got a big pocket for big papers. So my thought was is it would hold the papers in, and it was a Dollar Tree thing. So I wanted to try it, and I'm going to work and to see if it's going to work in there. But I will probably stick it in the back so that it doesn't slide so much around with my notebooks. Anyways, guys, oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to yell. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I hope you will go have fun and make some art and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.